This podcast is brought to you by Fandom Spotlight. Check us out at fandomspotlight.com. Have fun and follow your fandom.
Last time on Dragon Ball for Life.
Now, before we get into the episode, Mr. Porter, I think we have a winner for our special giveaway. Now,
Yes.
who might that be, sir?
Yes, we do. A big round of applause and congratulations to a Miss Tiffany P, who on Instagram, she is known as Bearded Noise. She has won our $50 Etsuko giveaway. Thank you guys for all the participation, dropping those dragon memes under the post. We just wanted to, give our thanks to you guys for helping us, do the damn thing in the debut of Dragon Ball for Life. But this will be the first of many. We got some other stuff coming up for sure. But congratulations, Tiffany. I don't know who's going to get you that gift card, but we'll get it to you.
Now, we will get it to you, and congratulations, Tiffany. Now, let's get into episode 8. Yip, yippity, yip, yeah.
Yo.
What's going on, lifers? It's the kid Troll Toll Trav, and you know me. I stay chillin', but love thy women like Krillin. And my co-host, what do you go by, sir?
Yeah, I mean, you already know me as Bro Vegeta, the prince of all sayings, Mr. Matty Ice.
Talk to him. And we are back for episode 8, chapter 50. And you know what time it is, boy.
I'm ready.
10-second recap.
I'm ready.
So, in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's get it.
All right, our boy Eska is now God, and Jocko ain't gonna get no brownie points because he just shitted on his whole life. Moro's on the magical beans, and he's whooping all the asses.
Woo, that was just in time. Mr. Porter.
What's up, brother?
I did it reverse order.
You did. And I was like, we winging it today.
Hey, but it's okay. We here. We back. It's chapter 8. Not chapter 8. It's chapter 50, episode 8.
Look, they said Dragon Ball for Life. They said 8 episodes in. They said fuck it.
Yeah, right.
let the inmates run the asylum.
Listen, man, we've been told that we do great when we go on tangents, and this is one of them. So we starting off hot.
Intro tangent is wild.
Yeah. And look, we staying on par. We staying on par with the course, and chapter 50 is titled "The Great Escape." Once again.
Wonder what happens.
Listen, man. I mean, we talk about it all the time, man, and it's just so funny. Like, I remember back in the day when watching Dragon Ball Z and seeing the title card pop up. Episode title would be like Frieza's death. I'm like, oh wow. What the fuck?
Vegeta's farewell.
Yeah, like, all right, well, this is gonna tell me a little bit about what's happening. But
now some of the Android saga titles were dope. Like Deadly Beauty was like the 18 versus Vegeta fight and things like that. Yo, funny shit. I could totally be making this up, but I don't think that I am. I'm pretty sure the episode where Piccolo and 17 fought was called Piccolo versus 17. I'm almost positive.
When you're on a time crunch to get these episodes out, like weekly, they're probably like, yo, fuck it. Just put it out.
11:59, they got to submit it by 12.
Yeah, yep. But yes, as Mr. Porter had said in our 10-second recap that I mistakenly put, in between, after our intro, but that's okay.
Put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, I was just so excited to be back and talk with you, my brother.
So,
as he had said, the last chapter 49, very action-packed. And, as if this is all going on, I'm sure people were wondering, like, hey, man, what's going on back at Galactic Patrol HQ? Sure enough, that's how the chapter starts. You know, it begins with the Galactic Patrol repairing the prison cell that Moro broke out of. And, you know, it's these two characters that we don't know their names yet. So, you know, they're just talking and they're very blasé about it. They're like, oh, well, you know, it looks, you know, this, I don't know how he was able to do this, but, you know, he did a lot of damage to it. I mean, when your nickname is the Planet Eater, sure, a cell is light work once he gets his magic powers back, you know?
Yeah, so two things that I found funny about these two opening pages. One being, why have they not yet fixed the gaping hole in the side of the base where Moro broke out of?
Right.
That's one. Like, it's not like he just ripped through his cell. Like, he busted through multiple walls and the whole exterior of the base. And this whole
like he fucked it all the way up.
Yeah, and like, you know, we know at a minimum that when Goku and Vegeta got faded the first time, they were out for like 3 to 4 days. So we know at a minimum it's been 3 to 4 days they haven't patched this hole at all.
Yeah, I will say Dragon Ball doesn't do a great job sometimes of you know, like, they're not like the Dragon Ball for Life pod where we're great at timestamps.
You already know. And then my second thing that I find interesting is, so what we will see in a couple of pages in this chapter. So I'm jumping ahead a bit, but also past shadowing, because we've already seen that the Galactic Patrol, their prisons, their prison cells, when they lock people up, they're like energy shields. But Moro, who is coined as probably the most dangerous, dastardly person in the last 10 million years, has just Reggie prison bars.
He got the bars from Guantanamo Bay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even though he hasn't, you know, even though he didn't have all his power anymore and he was just like, you know, a decrepit old man, I'm like, this dude was committing mass genocide for 10 million years. Let's just put him behind some iron.
It took God tier beings to take him down. Like, at least in Bleach with Aizen, they had him locked all the way down, and like they made sure that motherfucker cannot escape.
they gimped my man to a chair and then put him in the basement.
Yep. Like, they're like, yo, you're never gonna leave.
Hell yeah, there was no way that man was getting back. Or shout out to the prison in Kung Fu Panda, when they had the Tiger Boy, like in this super crazy prison that he couldn't break out of. But yeah, they got Moro in literal shackles, just like, you know, chained shackles, just behind some prison bars, like gapped prison bars at that.
Maybe that's why they were acting so blasé about his escape, because they're probably like, well, shit was bound to happen at some point.
Surprise! It took him 10 million years.
Watch like the people, the architect who put together the Galactic Patrol HQ was some bull that they beef with, so they were like, yo, we could tell them this shit's gonna fuck up, but we'll let them fuck up.
Hell yeah. They said that ain't coming out of our check.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, so as you know, this also, not to continue on this tangent, but it reminds you of like frat brothers at a frat house after a big ass party and nobody cleaning up, and they're all just walking
around the mess.
Yeah. Like, we'll get the pledges to do it.
Hell yeah.
But, you know, so as, you know, they're finally starting to attempt to fix this, all of a sudden, the rest of the prisoners' cell barriers go down, freeing them all. And we get introduced to a new character who's one of the prisoners, who we assume is probably like the quote unquote like ringleader of the prisoners while Moro is gone. And his name is Sagambo. And when all the barriers go down, he says, "You really pulled it off, Lord Moro." And we can assume now that the third wish was to free the prisoners, because it sounds like he had some conversation with Moro while they were all locked up. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna free my guys. I got you." And you know what? They out. And it's kind of funny, because it was like we were slighting Moro for killing Cranberry Bot. But then he is saying, "Yo, that was your man's." But then he turns around and say, "Yo, I'm gonna free my man's."
Free y'all. He came back for the squad. And again, we've harped on this too long, but it just goes back to, again, the lack thereof security. When did they let Moro out on the yard for fitness time? Like, when did he have time to like let his team know, like, yo, this is what I got planned?
Yeah,
because like if you look at the panels where Moro's cell seems to be separated from Gem Pop. It doesn't seem that he's with all the low level criminals, the street level crimes. It seems like he's isolated in his own section. So like Trav was saying, that the boy Sagambo, who seems to be the first in charge for Moro's clan, he like knows what's up. He's like, he was on standby. Yeah. He was like waiting, and he's like, yeah, good plan, bro. And I'm like, when did they let this man out to talk? Why are they letting them converse?
Let's just say Moro probably had the same security guards and security cameras on him as was on for Jeffrey Epstein.
Facts.
Oh, he just magically killed himself while he was supposed to be under strict watch.
Right. Yo, they never gave the guard who admittedly said he fell asleep more shit. Like, how did that guy not get more shit? Because he was in on the kill. 1,000%. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got public enemy number one, who has like basically all the secrets to all the powers that be and all the nasty shit that they into. My man said, yo, I dozed off for a couple minutes, woke up, he was dead, and everybody was just like, all right, checks out.
Yo, so you know how Moro goes back to 10 million years. Shit, Moro had dirt on the Kais then. Moro said, yo, I remember what you did in Galaxy 0759 on planet Yazibi. I don't even know if that's just something, but you were doing some ungodly like stuff, and I'm gonna leak this shit to Zeno if you don't free me, or at least
That's why they locked him up.
Yeah. He found some foul shit that the Grand Supreme Kai and Supreme Kai were doing.
Look, old Kai was probably fed up with the shit too. That's why they put him in the sword.
Yeah,
he was just like, yo,
old Kai do look like a perv too.
That's what I'm saying. They was just like, yo, us Kais, we be doing our freak shit on the low. Old Kai, they was just like, yo, you too loud with the shit. Yeah. You gonna get us caught. You gonna get us caught, bro.
Definitely. Oh, you good, Mr. Boy? For those that can't see this, my man is choking.
I had to mute my mic. I ain't want y'all to hear me about the check. Almost caught a body on the microphone. But double on times, or don't ask them how.
Woo!
Yeah, feel me?
The thing though, so as the prisoners obviously escape, and the Galactic Patrol, we know that the Galactic Patrol, you guessed it, ain't built and equipped for this type of prison break, which is just so funny because it's just
a prison isn't equipped for a prison break.
It's so funny, like they're in charge for policing the galaxy, but they don't have the clientele to really police the galaxy
or the resources.
Yeah, right. And so they all obviously break out easily, and then there's a dope panel in here which is a still shot of all the escaped prisoners.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, and there's two beings that I want to point out that also once again is gonna foreshadow into our future video of why Supreme Kai is so fucking bad at his job. But in this panel, we see two beings that are very interesting to me. One is I forget the name of the race, but it's the same race as Magetta from Universe 6. Yep. And then another one in the back that looks to be the same race as Batamo. So the thing that's so funny to me is just they are opening so many different avenues and so many different ways for the series to go, where it's like, oh shit, there's a metanoid or whatever the name of the race is, there's so there's different races and beings within Universe 7 that expand way past Earth, and it's just once y'all get out of this 10-year time skip, and it's to the point now where you got a new generation of Z fighters that you should probably focus on. I want to see more exploration of Universe 7. If y'all are really not gonna, actually, you know what? I think you said it on one of the previous episodes, Matt. You said let Goku and Vegeta do the multiverse travel. If they want to go to Universe 6 of Planet Sadal, they want to go to Universe 11 and link up with Jiren and Toppo, that should be at this point that should be what they're doing. And what they should do is they should build this next generation of Z fighters to to be able to protect Earth when Goku and Vegeta aren't around. But second, like, I want them to make Goku and Vegeta be so far away that all Universe 7 stuff has to be handled by the current Z fighters like Goten, Trunks, Gohan, Oob when he comes, Piccolo. And I'm kind of hoping that Dragon Ball Superhero, the movie that's going to come out this summer, kind of like is the intro into that, because we know it's getting close to the end of Z and the 10-year time skip. So I think that if they have like Universe 7 now, like, all right, Gohan and all the Z fighters, that's their realm to protect. I think Goku and Vegeta, they should now explore the other universes and see what's out there that way. And then if they need to call upon some of the Z fighters from Universe 7, they will. But so just seeing them put in those little Easter eggs, it's just like, yo, y'all gotta stop teasing us, man. Stop giving us the appetizers. Give us the full entree, man.
You just brought up something that I didn't really think of, because Dragon Ball Super, the manga, is still running concurrently. Like, there's still like new chapters once a month. We do see by the ages of Goten and Trunks, we do see that Dragon Ball Superheroes is jumped up. Like you were saying, it's like ahead of where the manga is. I wonder how that's going to play into the fact that the manga is still like currently running with Goten and Trunks not being old. So it's like, I wonder if there's like things that like they're gonna have to like omit, or because it's like, this movie's canon. Like, this is a canon movie. Dragon Ball Super is going to be a canon movie,
and we assume it's taking place after the
I would have to think that it is taking place after the Granola arc, because Goten and Trunks, because the Granola arc isn't too long after the Moro arc that we're in right now, which isn't too long after the Tournament of Power, which we know that Goten and Trunks are still kids,
young bulls.
Yeah, and I know My Hero does that a lot. Like, their movies are intentionally set ahead of time, so that way they don't like spoil anything. So they're like kind of like isolated things, like years up or like a year ahead or whatnot, what have you. But because Dragon Ball is so much more like intricate and connected, it makes me wonder, because I feel like, didn't we see Broly like in like a quick snippet in like one of the teasers for?
Yeah, he's in the trailers. He's training on Beerus' planet with Goku.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's really more where I'm like, I wonder how they're gonna like tie that together, because we know in the Broly movie, because movie wise this seems like, oh, it's right after the Broly movie, but we know as the manga readers, mad shit happens after the Broly thing. So it's just like, where Broly been at these 10 years or 8 years or however long like this gap is, or like what they've been doing.
And that's a great point, because it's like, I totally forgot they got Broly in Universe 7. So like, if they can train him up with his potential, Goku and Vegeta don't need to stay in Universe 7. They can go to other universes.
Rock out. Explore.
Like, and it seems like too in this movie that like, obviously we already know about Ultimate Piccolo. So if Piccolo is having his potential unlocked and we have Ultimate Piccolo, I feel like there's going to be, I wouldn't say form or there's got to be something that Gohan is going to do, because they've been really,
you would think.
Yeah, they've been really making this movie about Gohan and Piccolo, and like, I really do think that's going to be the main thing. I really feel like Goku and Vegeta, the little trailer that we saw with them training on Beerus' planet, I kind of hope that that's literally all we get, or like stuff is going on at Earth, and like, once again, I think you might have said this already, but Gohan like lets Goku and Vegeta know, like, yo, don't come, I'm taking care of this, especially since it's his daughter that's involved. So I'm hoping that like we get like a badass moment where like Whis is like, hey, Goku and Vegeta, look what's going on on Earth, and like they're like ready to go back and help. And then I hope Gohan's like, nah, like we need to take care of this.
There's a part of me that feels like this is a 52 fake out, like a small part of me, because I remember the very, very, very first Dragon Ball Super superhero teaser, like the real quick clip that was like 15, 20 seconds.
Right.
It was was debuting androids 1 and 2. I think it's 1 and 2, aren't they? They're not Alpha and Beta, whatever.
Gamma 1 and 2.
Gamma 1 and 2. And it was like Goku and Vegeta. Like it was like quick. It was a really short, fast clip. But it was just like Goku like face to face with one of the androids and them like, oh, the Red Ribbon Army has returned and all that stuff. And then out of nowhere, it just seemed like, oh, pivot. Oh, we're about to let Gohan cook. There's a big part of me that feels like it's a 52 fake out. Like I feel like a lot of it's gonna be Gohan. Like they're gonna like let him cook and obviously let Piccolo, Smooth Piccolo as they're calling him, like get his shit off and everything. But I feel like they're not gonna let him get the win. I feel like it's like something's gonna happen. One or two things I think are gonna happen. I think either Goku and Vegeta are gonna come in at the end and like help. I do think that they are gonna be missing for a large chunk of the movie so Goku can get his shit off. But I feel like they'll show up at the end to offer assistance because they did show clips of Goku like engaging with Gamma 1 or 2, whichever one, like early on. Or I don't know how I feel about it, but there has been like rampant speculation that like Cell's supposed to be coming back in this movie, like a Super Cell or whatever. It's supposed to be like the big bad because Toriyama does have a tendency to be mad predictable. I wouldn't be surprised if Gamma 1 and 2 end up becoming good guys like before the movie's over. Like if they're on some like, these guys that they created us aren't really good people. Let's help these guys out. Right. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
And this goes out to that 30-year-old that said we but I actually don't think it's gonna be a 52 fake out. I think they will show up, but I think it's gonna be like minor assistance, because I just feel like with the way that they're promoting it too, and if that does happen, I think that's terrible marketing. Like I think that like if they have
worse
like
to Gohan.
but like if they have like every single promo, everything where like because they're not going to reveal the third act, so I feel like if I had to predict, I feel like the Gamma 1 and 2 fights will be, we saw Gohan start to fight them, but I could see Piccolo showing up, like wherever coming back from wherever he got his potential unleashed. If he went to
Yardrat,
or if he went to the
like everybody else,
and then Gohan's holding off Gamma 1 and 2, and then Piccolo shows up and is like, and then releases Ultimate Piccolo and is like, all right, I got this, and he takes care of Gamma 1 and 2. Gohan goes into the Red Ribbon headquarters, because also it said like earlier in the recent leak that just happened, Piccolo had infiltrated the Red Ribbon Army headquarters.
You see him in like the outfit and shit.
And found something quote unquote terrifying. So I think what's gonna happen is
the rumor is like Supercell or some shit.
Whoever that villain is, that's who Gohan's gonna fight, and he's gonna be the one to defeat that villain. And whether or not Goku and Vegeta like come back and help him out, or do a little something similar to the Cell saga where Goku like telepathically helps out Gohan. But
you know what? I'm switching it up. I'm giving a prediction for what I think is gonna happen. I do think Gohan is gonna fight whoever the big bad is. Highly likely Supercell. I'm saying that because I feel like the term Dragon Ball Super superheroes and them kind of the pressers have been that Gamma 1 and 2 are under the belief that they're the good guys. At least that's how I'm reading how like the trailers have been and like what they've been. Like,
because in that very first trailer they had the images of Goku, Vegeta, and Boo for some reason. And like made them look like wanted, like public enemy number 1.
What I think is gonna happen, it'll start off their creator, obviously, these are the bad guys, you guys are the heroes, you need to save Earth from them and everything. Something's gonna happen towards the end of the movie. Gohan might be getting his ass whooped by Supercell. Goku's gonna give one of his, hey, this isn't what a good guy would do speech to the Gamma 1 and 2, and then they're gonna be like, fuck, we're not saving the world, and they're gonna turn good. They're gonna flip-flop. But kind of going along the lines of what you were saying, Chad, and this is a wild tangent, but the content is there. Like,
listen, we keep it flowing, baby.
I think it'd be fire if Goku and Vegeta start to do like more universal travel off-world shit. If they, even if it's not like different universes, even just for Universe 7, if they put together like a Z team from different planets, that might be fire. Like, not all of them on Earth. Like, if Gamma 1 and 2, because I feel like they're probably going to end up maybe sticking around. Like, if they do a switch and they turn babyface, they might end up sticking around. But what would be fire, and we keep campaigning for this, and we're going to keep ringing this bell until, you know, it happens, have time cop Trunks, or second misplaced Trunks. Like, what if him and Gohan become like the 1 and 2 for the new generation of Z fighters? Like, there's that parallel between Gohan from Future Trunks' timeline being his teacher, so they have that connection and respect. It'd be a flip thing. Instead of like Gohan being Trunks' teacher, Trunks could be like Gohan's partner. They could like have a whole new generation. We could have, you know, Gamma 1 and 2 could be on the squad. You could have Oob on the squad. Like, listen, we have like bro, and like you were saying, Trav, like all these, every time they introduce a new character or a new race that lives in Universe 7, the worst Supreme Kai looks at his job.
Yeah, like, dog. that'd be a fire idea. And like, you know, you know what we say free Namek, we gotta say free Trunks, because
free Trunks is get him out.
What the fuck is he doing in that timeline, dog? Like, man, like if there's anything that Toriyama needs to do, he needs to get Trunks out of that timeline. He just like, that's just stupid having multiple. Anyways, we're already on tangent. We still we still got half the chapter to review, so that leaves us with a great time to hear a message from our sponsors, Phantom Spotlight.
Pay these bills.
Hi there, they call me the Governor, and I will be reacting to episodes of the final season of The Walking Dead, exclusively on the Phantom Spotlight YouTube channel. It's more fun than losing an eye, trust me on that. Check me out weekly when new episodes of The Walking Dead air. Have fun and follow your fandom.
All right, we are back, and we promised that we are going to continue talking about Chapter 50.
In our defense, we did tell y'all that as of Chapter 48, there was going to be a lot of fighting, not as much talking, so we got to fill this time somehow.
And, you know, we're keeping you up to date on Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
Exactly.
So you're welcome.
You are welcome.
So, you know, all right, as the prisoners are escaping, we then go back to Planet Namek, where we see
the planet formerly known as Namek.
Yeah, yep. The one where they're like, oh, so this your planet?
Yeah, they hit Eska with that. You know, when you got company over and you want them to leave, they hit Eska with that. So what you about to do?
Yeah.
Now they don't got a planet. They like, so where you about to live, bro?
Yep. So obviously Miris gets word that, oh shit, there's been a prison break, and they're like, how could that happen? And then Eska's memories start jogging back to him, because he starts remembering that he was brainwashed by the Bull Cranberry Bop and Moro.
We thought it was a translator. They were actually like brainwashing him to make him do, which makes sense to what I was saying before. Like, if Perunga can speak English, why the fuck aren't they just talking?
Right.
But they were brainwashing Eska with that PS5 VR system on his head.
Exactly. The Oculus 500.
Exactly.
And both Moro and Eska confirmed that yes, that was his final wish to free his guys, to free
everybody. Actually,
yeah,
which was to free all the prisoners of the Galactic Patrol.
Exactly. So during this prison break, the escaped prisoners are able to jack a ship from the Galactic Patrol, and they arrive at Planet Namek. And the first one to bow down to Moro is Sagambo. So we got the Colonel, we got the Chief. So the escaped prisoners arrive, and in return, Moro says he will give them some of his power. So they dip, you know, they all take shots together, and boom, they all got some of Moro's powers. Now, these empowered prisoners, they begin to attack Goku, Vegeta, and Grand Supreme Kai. And as they're all coming at them, Goku and Vegeta and the Grand Supreme Kai like, oh shit, they got kind of stronger. Moro must have gave him their powers. So they all Goku and Vegeta go to blue. Grand Supreme Kai tries to fight, and you know what was actually hilarious? When the prisoners start fighting Goku and Vegeta and Grand Supreme Kai, they're all surprised at how strong the three are. They're like, damn, my man's led us into this. Like,
yeah, he was like, no wonder he was talking all that shit. Like, he had this up in his sleeve. But you know what's funny as shit? This is the last tangent, I promise, but I was just cracking up at this. Two things. It's always they always come in pairs, the shit that I just find interesting. So as a running joke, me and Trav had we always poke fun at how slow the Galactic Patrol gets places. Why these galactic prisoners steal a ship and get the new Namek literally in like 10 seconds?
Where Miris is still on my way.
Yo, Miris and Jocko be halfway, 3/4 through the fight. They pull up. These prisoners,
I figured it out.
What's up,
Miris is the friend that texts you, I'm on my way, when he's actually just getting in the shower and doesn't show up for like another 30 minutes.
Facts, but yo, these galactic prisoners, they literally staged a haiku, a mass prison break, stole a ship, and pulled up within seconds.
Yeah, they said, yo, we here.
Yo, like whether that was part of Moro's magic and he like teleported them there. You know what? I'm gonna shoot Toriyama Bell and say that was part of Moro's magic. And he teleported them there.
Yeah,
because that was way too fast, and they just making the police look crazy right now. Yeah. The second part that I thought was hilarious. So, like Trav was saying, they pull up in this ship, big ass ship, not a small ship, not a little Prius. This is the G-Wagon of spaceships.
The Bentley truck.
Yeah, it's a Bentley truck of spaceships. So they pull up, they hover over top of Vegeta and Goku, charge up this death beam, shoot it at him. Vegeta gonna sit there and say, oh, a surprise attack. There was nothing surprise about that.
Oh, wow. I wonder what this ship is that we don't recognize, that nobody has told us is arriving, that no one knows.
What's that beam charging up?
Oh. Usually Vegeta's a lot quicker on his feet. You would think he would have just blasted that John down.
Yo, but my guy, I want y'all guys, well, we obviously want you to read all of these, but please go look at the size of this spaceship that pulls up.
They said, oh shit, it's like, a surprise.
It's on some Independence Day type shit, and they charge this blast and shoot it at Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta says, oh, surprise attack.
Oh man, their senses must have been taken along with their power. That Moro was draining.
When Moro is sucking up energy, he's also draining you of your common sense. That has to be what it is.
I mean, speaking of draining energy, as they're fighting, we see panels where Goku and Vegeta
see the transition.
You see power down to their god forms, and then
that was really cool.
Yeah, and they also need to utilize the god forms more. But anyways, they power down and they're like, what's going on? And then they're like, oh, so this is what he's doing. So as they're fighting the prisoners, it's more just of a distraction technique, because Moro is draining the planet of its energy. And it's just so funny that like they know what he's doing. They know what his main goal is. 1 second. And they still just keep falling hook, line, and sinker for it every single time.
And Vegeta, again, dreamed of his common sense, because that's Moro's magic as well. He says, like, oh, how many times are we going to fall for this?
Oh, it's like, you wouldn't think that, like, one of them was like, yo, I'll take care of the prisoners. Y'all go focus on Moro. Because, like... they knew that those prisoners weren't going to stand a chance. And who would have thought the first time that we saw like Super Saiyan 3 since what? The
Tournament of Power. Well, did he do it? Tournament of Power anime, he uses it against Khalifa.
To show them the different forms. Yeah.
But I don't think he did it in the manga version.
So yeah, you see all him go down his different forms. He's getting trained because Moro is doing what Moro does. And as he's doing this, to backtrack, Grand Supreme Kai, not only is he getting he doesn't get his energy drain because he's
just tired from the
he doesn't
fight.
he doesn't get affected by Moro's magic, but since he used his technique in the previous chapter against Moro, he's drained of his energy from previously fighting him. And so as this is going down,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. I thought that was a really smart decision from Toriyama, like to forethink that, like, oh, I need a way to ice Grand Supreme Kai, to take him out of the battle for the upcoming chapters, and because like you were saying, Trav, he's unaffected by Moro's magic draining abilities. So if he was at full strength, he essentially would have been a cheat code in this moment.
Yeah, and as a character who, like, you know, we don't really have much attachment to, you know, it'd be like kind of weird if he just came in,
saved the day.
Like, yeah.
Facts.
And so as this is all going down, Moro confirms his plan is to create an ideal galaxy where he consume planets as I wish. Now, when he said this, I was just like,
freak bull,
bruh. First off, yeah, freak bull. Second, like, all right, so you consume the planet, the galaxy, the universe of all the planets and its life beings. So what next? What you gonna do? Like, the thing that like gets me like
there's no retirement plan with this. This idea.
Like, does he know? Like, he doesn't know yet about multiverses, so like, or he might. He's been around for so long. He might know about. So he might go hop to a universe, but eventually Zeno gonna get word about him and just eliminate him because he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He'd get snapped out for sure.
It's just like, I just wish with some of these villains, like, could we get like a little bit
depth?
Yeah, like, I wanna drain all these planets as I wish, and I need an army to do so. Oh, universal domination. We haven't heard that before.
Shout outs to Vegeta's persistence, because this is like the fourth time he asked him what his plan was. And he finally got an answer.
It's just like sometimes, like, you just wish some of these Dragon Ball characters would just kill the motherfucker. Like, cut. You
don't need a reason. He's the bad guy. Just kill him. Just ice him.
You have no reason. Like just like, he's killing innocent Namekians. What else do you need to know? Like, just get rid of him.
And you know it's funny because it's like that is part of Vegeta's growth that we talk about all the time on here. Like, Vegeta of old wouldn't have needed an explanation. He was just like, you in my way. death to you.
right. This is where we need the old Vegeta.
Now he's just like, you want a motive?
Right. He's trying to reason with them. He's trying to hear them out.
Just kill him.
Yeah.
Just kill him.
So this is another panel that was funny that was about to that we're about to talk about. So then we see the ship that is taking God knows how long to get to where they're at, but Miris goes, we gotta go help them out. And Jaco goes, we? He goes, we? What you mean we? I'm just here to collect a check.
He said, by we, you mean you, right?
And then Eska was like, I'll come too, so I can heal them.
Slump guy Eska.
So when Eska steps up, Jaco's like,
ASAP Eska, he ready.
He can't chill while Eska goes. So
he stay ready.
They arrive, and Miris, he's like, we cannot beat Moro at this point. We need to retreat. Like, it took you to show up to tell them that. So once again, as you've been alluded to, Matt, in the previous chapters, of Vegeta starting to notice some things different about Miris. So as he gets there, and tells them of the plan, all right, Goku's like, all right, I'm gonna, I'll grab onto me, we'll instant transmission out of here. And then we learn that the other Galactic Patrol member who's on the ship, his name is Iriko. And so Goku's like, hey, Iriko, that's your name? Yo, dip. Like, get the fuck out of here. Skirt. So he tells them that Eska is healing Grand Supreme Kai, and Miris is like, Grand Supreme Kai, do your version of instant transmission and get out of here too. Kai Kai. Shout out to Yali.
Shout out to Yali. Now we know what that means.
Yep.
in our world.
So then Sagambo hears of these plans, and Sagambo is seems like, oh, he's about to do a smart thing. He hears he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna just shoot down Iriko's ship so he can't dip. And as he's about to do that, Miris shoots his gun out of his hand, and everyone's like, yo, how the fuck
from the ground? They up in the sky on the spaceship. Miris is like,
so once again, it's like, yo, this boy's different. I don't know what's going on, but he's different. And so,
like, how he getting me at this distance? Like, I was crazy.
Yeah. So, Eska and Grand Supreme Kai, they're going to dip via the Kai Kai. Goku is telling everybody to get on them so he can instant transmission out of there. And everybody is down except Vegeta. We don't know why at this very panel just yet, but he refuses to do it. We see a quick little not monologue, but like he's like, talking to himself. He's like this damn god power, these damn magic. Like he just seems
all
like
these spells. Like this ain't what saying life is about.
Right. And he's like, damn, like I got all this and I still can't do shit. There's gotta be more to life. It's just gotta. And so, they're all this. Now I was about to say all the Z fighters, but like they're like, all right, fuck it, we gotta get out of here. So the instant transmission out of there, and they instant transmission over to the Galactic Control King, who is taking a bath right now. And like, the continued joke of Goku grabbing his pipe or Goku showing up when this man is naked is just like, yo, yeah. We're eventually gonna get to a panel where like Goku like sucks him off. Pause.
Yo, something, bro.
So that they're there, and
Goku's gonna be like, "Yo, there's food that you look like a type of food back at home." He's like,
he gonna let.
Like, you mind if I,
get a little taste?
He's like, I mean, calamari's my shit.
Yeah. So they get back to the Galactic Control HQ, apologize to the Galactic King, but then they're wondering why Vegeta refused. Like, did he stay? Did he go? They don't know. So then we pan back to Planet Namek, and Vegeta, he hops on Iriko's ship, and Iriko's like, oh cool, all right, bet. And then he goes, nah, we gonna reroute. He's like, what you mean we're gonna reroute? And he goes, take me to Planet Yardrat.
Take me to the Drat.
And that's how chapter 50 ends, with that cliffhanger of
and for those
saying,
of you guys,
take me there.
For those of you guys who don't remember, Yardrat was the planet that Goku ended up on, where he did his training to learn instant transmission after again escaping a Namek.
Escaping Namek. The great escape.
The great escape from Namek. Heading to Yardrat.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if this is canon, or if it was like a fan theory that Toriyama was just like, oh, that's dope, or if it just sounds really believable. But I've heard that Yardrat is where Goku got his heart disease. Like, being on that planet was what got him sick. Like I don't know if that's ever been like confirmed. Yeah, but like I've heard it so much that I was like, that makes sense. Like, it was like I've heard it so many times. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. But yeah, they were saying like the prolonged time he spent there, because it wasn't like an atmosphere for a Saiyan. That's where he contracted that heart virus from the Android saga.
That would explain a lot, but it's just funny how like that. That just shows though how popular and how great the Dragon Ball world is, because the community, like, we stay in it. Like just coming up with these fan theories that sound supremely believable, but just because it was just like, yo, Toriyama, like, we love you, man. We just trying to make your shit popping. Because it's funny, because that's what Marvel does. Like, I feel like when fan theories come out that are so fire, they'll be like, yup, that's exactly what we meant for that to be. Listen, they should take a page out of Marvel's book and do like a mini, like, what if, like, series.
I say all the time, over at the beautiful people who sponsor us, Fandom Spotlight. You know, I say all the time when I do panels for Marvel stuff, Kevin Feige is the king of jumping in front of bullets that weren't meant for him. Like, if somebody throws out a fan theory or a speculation that I have a feeling that wasn't the original plan, I'm like, hell yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah.
You're damn right. That's what we meant by that.
Facts.
But I love it. I ain't mad at it. Look, so, it's kept them successful for a decade, for 2 decades.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So, Mr. Porter, we're coming to a close of this episode, so let's
finally
let's finish it off with our 7-star Dragon Ball review. What you giving it for this chapter?
I really like this one a lot, actually. What did I get? I get the last one a 6, right? So yeah, I won't give this one a 6. I won't give this one a 6 because I'll say 5 because I really enjoyed this. Me and Trav, we literally talk about this all the time. Just like when Toyotaro Toriyama really get in their like artistic bag and like start to show us differently drawn characters, like just not the typical Saiyan, Namekian, Frieza, Saiyan, Namekian, Frieza, Boo, Saiyan, Namekian, Frieza, Hercule. Like when we start to get like different animation styles, and like I've said many a times, Moro is probably my favorite drawn character of like the entirety of Dragon Ball. Just the aesthetic and how he looks just completely different from anybody that we've ever seen before. So seeing like Moro's gang and like all the, because they could have easily phoned that in and had like one guy look different and just a bunch of canon background fodder. But no, but they really took the time out to make like each guy like look different. Even like the background guys, like they were all drawn and like looked like different type of like lizardy aliens and stuff. So yeah, from like an artistic standpoint, I 1000% enjoyed this quite a bit. Storyline, outside of those couple of weird plot decisions, like with the sneak attack and the and all that stuff, the funny stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna say a 5. What you giving this one, good brother?
So I did enjoy this chapter, but it's funny, for that last point that you just brought up is the reason why I'm giving it a 4, because I think there was a lot more that we could have gotten out of just that still shot of all the different prisoners. I mean, we're gonna see more of them, you know, in future chapters, but I think that initial prison break, I think would have been a lot doper if they like fleshed that out more. Like if instead of them just simply breaking out, like if they were, you know, beating up Galactic Patrol guards, or like just like little
getting a Namek in 1 second.
Yeah, like just seeing like just a little bit more of an introduction, especially of like some of the characters that we mentioned that appear to be the like the twin version of the Universe 6 counterparts. So I think that because like a lot what this arc so far has been doing, they've been dropping little Easter eggs like that like I just wish they would continue to expand upon, instead of like, here's a cool thing and we're gonna go back to an old trope that you've seen many times before. So
enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm giving it a 4. But you know, this second half of the arc definitely is a lot better than the first. So I mean,
absolutely,
we're starting to really pick it up. But Mr. Border, you know what time it is. They know where to follow us. So just let's close them out and you know, give them your outro that the people love, that they want to hear.
Y'all already know though. Like we always say, he's been Trav, I've been Matt, and whether you watch it or you read it, we all need it. So follow your fandom right on back here, and we will see you next time on Dragon Ball for Life. Dodare. Pow, 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 pow. Gave you something for the whole ride to work.
You forget one thing.
Shout out to super producer Mikey.
Love you, Mikey.
Girl,
we out.
Girl.